Okay, once more, good morning to all students. Today here we are going to discuss about the that remaining chapter of or remaining that units of medieval that India and the political transition here. In the last class we studied about the what Rajputs also and their contributions, and also we discussed about the Muhammad that Ghazni, Muhammad Gori, who attacked India during the 11th and 12th century there. Muhammad Gori, while he was going back after capturing almost all that northern India, he appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as his representatives. Who appointed Qutbuddin Aibak as the representative? That Muhammad Gori, he appointed as the representative of Delhi, that throne there. But after the death of that Muhammad Gori, Qutbuddin Aibak himself he declared as Sultan of Delhi and started his rule. Here he is the beginner of that Delhi Sultan administration there, or the entire empire administration. He started that slave dynasty. Here entire that Delhi Sultan period, it has been divided into 5 periods, because in that 3 century, nearly 5 dynasties they ruled since that 1206 to 1526 year. Around that 300 years, these 5 dynasties they ruled Delhi Sultanate or the Delhi throne there. First, it is slave dynasty, and second it is Khilji dynasty, and third one it is Tughlaq dynasty, fourth one Sayyid, last one Lodi there. Here in this class, we are going to discuss about the first one. Before going to the discussion of that first one, let us understand about the little bit these Delhi Sultans. During the Middle Indian history, Delhi Sultan and then Mughals, these are the 2 important dynasties which united almost all the North Indian regions there. Before the arrival of these Turks, North India it was scattered into small kingdoms. Some regions were ruled by that Rajputs, and other regions of southern India, these are ruled by the native Indian rulers there. In this occasion, during that situation, southern India it was ruled by that Bahmani Adil Shahi, Vijayanagara, and many more that small dynasty. In the northern part, these Rajputs they were trying to establish their supremacy there. Even Rajput dynasty was also divided into divisions that we studied in the beginning of this lesson there. But this arrival of that Turks that united almost all that administration of North India there. It means by establishing their supremacy over North India, they started to rule entire North India under one administration there. Before it was scattered into it was run by few that small kingdom or small that dynasties there. But these are Turks or the Delhi Sultans and Mughals, they united the North India and implemented their rules and regulations that under that one administration here. They brought supremacy over the almost all northern region there. Among these 2, in the beginning, Delhi Sultans, they started their rule. They ruled nearly 300 century, 3 century there, 300 century, 3 century. And after that, Mughals, they entered onto that northern India there. That we will discuss about the Mughal later. First, here we are going to focus on the Delhi Sultan, that dynasty here. Entire Delhi Sultan period, it is divided into 5 periods here, 5 dynasties here. First one, slave dynasty. That slave dynasty rulers, they ruled North India from 1206 to 1290 days. Nearly what 84 years. That slave dynasty rulers, they ruled nearly 84 years. They from 1206 to 1290 days. It has another name also there. Other names here. Which one? Slave dynasty. It is also known as what? Gulami dynasty or Mamluk dynasty here. Gulami dynasty or Gulami also, and then Mamluk dynasty here. These are the other names of this slave dynasty there. Remember, they ruled nearly 84 years from 1206 to 1290 days, around that 84 years. And after that slave dynasty, North India it was ruled by the Khilji dynasty here. Which dynasty? Khilji dynasty. That Khilji dynasty rulers, they ruled only 30 years. From 1290 to 1320 days. First, the slave dynasty, they ruled from 1206 to 1290, around the 84 years. And second dynasty, it is a Khilji dynasty, they ruled only 30 years, from 1290 to 1320 days, only 30 years days. This is the smallest dynasty or Khilji dynasty. They ruled the Delhi throne with a very shortest period there, very short period, or only few years, that is 30 years there. And next, Tughlaq dynasty. After the decline of the Khilji dynasty, Tughlaq dynasty came to power there. Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he is the founder. Here, Jalaluddin Khilji, he is the founder of Khilji dynasty. Slave dynasty, Qutbuddin Ayyub. Khilji dynasty, Jalaluddin Khilji. Here, Ghiyasuddin Tughlaq, he is the founder of Tughlaq dynasty. Here, the rulers of Tughlaq dynasty, they ruled from 1320 to 1413 days. 1413, nearly 94 or 93 years. In some records, they have mentioned from 1320 to 1413. In other some record, here we get 14 days. If you have taken that 13, their entire period it will be 93 years. If you have taken 14, or if you have considered 14, it will be 94. It is the dynasty which ruled a very long time, that North India, the Delhi Sultan throne there, that is smallest one, that is, or the dynasty which ruled very shortest period, that the Delhi Sultan throne, that is Khilji dynasty, it is about only 30 years, and Tughlaq dynasty is the longest. They ruled very long period of time, that North India. And after that, Tughlaq dynasty, Sayyid dynasties came to power there, and they ruled from 1413 to 1451 days. Nearly how many years? 37 years here. Sayyid dynasty, who came to power after that Tughlaq dynasty, they ruled only 37 years, from 1413 to 1451 years. Then who is the founder? Khizar Khan, he is the founder of Sayyid dynasty here. Khizar Khan, he is the founder. I will send that in the notes there, don't worry about it. And last dynasty, that is Lodi dynasty. Last one, it is Lodi dynasty. They ruled from 1500. There is no space here to mention that years. Therefore, understand it there. 1451 to 1526 years. This is the last dynasty of the Delhi Sultans here. Which one? Lodi dynasty. In first one, that is a slave dynasty. who laid foundation to that slave dynasty also in Delhi Sultan period. And last one, it is a Lodi dynasty. The rulers of Lodi dynasty, they ruled from 1451 to 1526 years. The founder of that dynasty is Bahlul Lodi. Bahlul Lodi is the founder of Lodi dynasty here, and they ruled from 1451 to 1576, around that 75 years. They ruled 75 years, and at the end of that dynasty, Ibrahim Lodi, he is the last ruler. He was defeated by the founder of Mughal dynasty, Babur there, in that 1526. This is the year in which entire administration it was transferred to that Mughal rulers or in the hands of that Babur there. Babur, he succeeded to defeat the last ruler of Lodi dynasty, Ibrahim Lodi, in the Panipat. Where is the Panipat? It is in the northern part of that Delhi or surrounding in that region there. In that place, nearly 3 wars took place. They are known as the Panipat battle only. First Panipat battle, it took place, it occurred in that 1526 between the Babur and then Ibrahim Lodi there. And second, it was in 1556, and third one it is 1761 day during the Maratha British period. And second one it was took place in that region 1556 there between the Akbar and maybe Native Indian rulers they came. This is the word about a brief introduction regarding that Delhi Sultanate. Next, here we are going to discuss or focus on individually each dynasty here. Let us discuss about the first one, that slave dynasty. Who is the founder of slave dynasty? Hello.
Qutbuddin Aibak.
Qutbuddin Aibak is the founder. What are the other names of slave dynasty? Hello.
What, sir?
What are the other names of slave dynasty that I have told earlier?
Gulami dynasty. Gulam dynasty.
Raise your hand all together. Don't speak. Raise your hand there. Mane.
Gulami dynasty.
Okay, Gulami dynasty and Mamaluk dynasty also, remember. Slave dynasty, Gulami dynasty and Mamaluk dynasty. These are the other names or 3 different names of that first dynasty of Delhi Sultanate. Then what is the period? What is the period of that slave dynasty? Others?
Sir, no, 1206 to 1216.
290.
296.
1206 to 1206 to 1290 days, nearly 84 years. And in this dynasty here, the important rulers are
1206 to
1290, 12062. Just we have to write that ulta there, which one? 0 and 6 to remember that period. An example, look at here. 1206. Just we have to write that ulta here. So the 0 and 6 only there. Here. Then you will get easily the period of that slave dynasty. The important rulers of that slave dynasty, they are first Qutbuddin Aibak and second Iltutmish. Off your audio, don't speak here. First Qutbuddin Aibak, second Iltutmish, and third Raja Sultana, and last year that Ghiyasuddin. These are the 4 important rulers of slave dynasty here. In the beginning, we are going to discuss about that slave dynasty. Here, Qutbuddin Aibak, he was a slave. Not only Qutbuddin Aibak, almost all rulers of the slave dynasty, they were slaves of others there. Here, Qutbuddin Aibak, he was a slave of Gori. And Iltutmish, he was a slave of Qutbuddin Aibak. And Ghiyasuddin, he was a slave of Iltutmish there. Here, Qutbuddin Aibak, he was what a slave of a Gori there. While he was going back to his native place of Goa, he appointed this Qutbuddin Aibak as the representative of his kingdom in India there. But after the death of that Gori, here he declared independently as Sultan and started his rule there. And next, that second ruler who came to power after that Qutbuddin Aibak is the Mishra. He was the slave of that Qutbuddin Aibak and also what son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak here. Who is the son-in-law of Qutbuddin Aibak? This Iltamish. Iltamish is the slave also and son-in-law of this slave Qutbuddin Aibak here. And next another slave he is what Ghiyasuddin Balban. He is the slave of what Iltamish. He is the slave of Iltamish. Therefore, this dynasty is known as your slave dynasty, Gulami dynasty, or Mamaluk dynasty here. Next, focus on the achievements of that Qutbuddin Aibak here. He didn't rule a long time, but only 4 to 5 years he ruled. He came to power in the 1206 to the only and ended his rule in the 1210 there. Only 5 years he ruled that Delhi throne. In these 5 years, here he built that Qutub Minar there. Which one? He started the construction of Qutub Minar. Who? Qutbuddin Aibak there. During his reign, he tried to expand the reign, but it didn't get a more period or time to expand that dynasty. He ruled only 5 years. During this reason, he tried to expand his empire in the surrounding place of that Delhi there. And also he started the construction of a Qutub Minar, but he didn't complete it. He didn't complete it. Which one? That Qutub Minar there. It was incomplete by him. Or during his period, he didn't complete the construction of a Qutub Minar, but it was completed by his slave or the next ruler of that slave dynasty, Iltamish. That we will discuss under his achievements here. And also, another achievements, he gave shelter to that scholars, writers, authors. Among those here, that Hassan Nizami is an important ruler. He is the author, writer there. Hassan Nizami there. Tajur Masir, this is the work of that Hassan Nizami. It is not in textbook, just remember. Tajur Masir there. And under that scholar, Paki Muddabar. Paki Muddabar is these are the two authors, writers who took shelter during the period of that Qutbuddin Aibak. These are the achievements of Qutbuddin Aibak here. Next, we are going to focus on the Iltamish here, the second important ruler of that slave dynasty. Here, after the death of that Qutbuddin Aibak, he started his rule. Then, before going to discuss about his achievements, that all administration, let us focus on the brief history here. Here, he belongs to that Alvari family here. Which family? He belongs to that Turk family. Almost all these rulers belong to that Turk and Afghan region there. Their ancestors, they came from that Turk and then Afghanistan region there. Here, this Iltamish, he was belongs to that Ilbari, that family. During his childhood days, he was very lovely son to his father there, who Iltamish. His father, he was showing more love, more on the Iltamish. Therefore, his brothers, they developed jealousy on him and sold him as a slave to the traders there. By getting jealousy on this Iltamish, because he was getting he was very near to his father, or very close, or very loyal to his father. He gained faith also. Therefore, his brothers, they sold him as a slave to the others here. And finally, that Qutbuddin Aibak, he purchased him because of his intellectuality and then his bravery and other that skills here. And after the death of that Qutbuddin Ayyubak, he ascended the throne. While he was came to throne, his throne it was not filled with a petal of rose. Like other rulers, he also faced many problems. Then who are the opponents? After the death of the Qutbuddin Ayyubak, Shah he came to power, but he didn't rule a long period, for that many years here. He was dethroned by this Iltamish. Shah he was incompetent. He was not able to maintain that entire empire there. Therefore, he was dethroned by Iltamish. Now let's next understand here about the opponents. It means enemies of Iltamish here. While he came to power by dethroning the Shah, in this occasion, in the western part, the rulers who were ruling in that western part, Tajuddin Ildoj from that Ghazni, and then this Nasruddin Kabacha from that Sindh region. Even they also wished to capture the Delhi throne or wanted to rule that Delhi there. While he came to power, who Iltamish, these two were tried to defeat him there, but they didn't get success. By using his mighty army, Iltamish, he succeeded to defeat Tajuddin Ildoj also, who was from that Ghazni, and Nasruddin Kabaja, who was from that Sindh. They were ruling in that region in the present days of Pakistan, Afghan. What? Nasruddin Kabaj. Nasruddin Kabaj. He was ruling in that Sindh region there. He successfully prevented or defeated these two and hold the power or protected the power of what? Delhi throne. And next, during his reign, by defeating these, he captured that Ranthambore, Gwalior, and also that Ajmer regions, and many more surrounding that areas. He captured or he took under his control by defeating the Tajuddin Ildoj also and Nasruddin Kabacha also there. During his period only that Genghis Khan, a prominent ruler of Mongolians. Who are these Mongolians? These are from that Central Asia. They were ruling in the Central Asia there. They attacked on India, but Iltamish, he successfully retreated that Mongolians there. It means he successfully sent them back there. He succeeded to prevent that attacks of Genghis Khan. And next, we are going to focus on the administration here. These are the achievements of Iltamish. What are the achievements? First, he defeated his enemies here who were trying to capture the Delhi throne. Who are they? Tajuddin Ildoj from that Ghazni region and Nasruddin Kabacha from the Sindh region there. And by defeating these two, he captured Gwalior, Ajmer, Kanauj, and other Ranthambore there. These are regions. And next, he succeeded to defeat or prevent the attacks of Mongolian ruler Genghis Khan also. And next, his achievements. His entire empire, it was divided into provinces. It was common, even nowadays also, entire India, it is divided into for a few that provinces here. It means states. And further, these states are divided into districts here. Districts further, they are divided into what? Taluks. Taluks are divided into what? Hobali. Hobalis are divided into what? Village. Or that Gram Panchayat, like during the period of that Iltamish empire was divided into provinces there. And to look after that provinces or to take care of that provinces, he appointed provincial officers there. Here on the board I have written Iktas here. Iktas means provinces. And the official who was appointed by that Iltamish to take care about that Iktas, they were known as the Iktidars or provincial officers. Remember these Iktas here, sometime they may ask in the competitive exam also. You are not, you are 8th standard, I will not attend that competitive exam, but it would help you in the future there. They may ask in short form that for a multiple choice question in the competitive exam. ICTA means districts, taluks, or provinces like here. There will be options. ICTA means here that these are the provinces equal to that district or that large district, not a state here. And officer of that ICTA, he was known as the provincial officer or Iktedar here. ICTA means a province, and who was administering that region, he was known as the provincial officer or that Iktedar here. And again, that provinces were divided into what small that regions here for the purpose of administration. Next, the second one, he formed a 40 Sardars group here. Why did he form a 40 Sardars group? To assist him in the administration. Even nowadays also there is there are cabinet ministers to manage all that government activities. In the state also, in the center also here. Like Iltutmish, he formed that 40 Sardars group to assist him in the administration. And next, he circulated gold coins and then silver coins in the empire there to do the communicate or transaction or trade and commerce with that foreigners or within that country. He circulated gold coins and then silver coins during his period. And next, that another important achievements of this Iltutmish is he completed that construction of Qutub Minar. He didn't start that, remember, it was begun by the Qutbuddin Aibak, but construction it is completed by Iltutmish. He completed the construction of Qutub Minar. Where is the Qutub Minar? That you studied during the 7th standard.
Delhi.
And you did, I think, okay, you did assignment also on that. You wrote an assignment also there on that. It is in that Delhi there. It was began, a construction started by Qutbuddin Aibak and it was completed by Iltutmish. This is all about the achievements of that Iltutmish. Next, third important ruler, Razia Sultan. She was not a man, she is the woman here. She is the first and last woman who ruled entire empire during the medieval Indian history there. Only she is the only woman who ruled empire during the medieval Indian history. Then who is she? She is the daughter of Iltutmish. Suddenly here she didn't came to power after the death of Iltutmish. Her brother Firoz, he was ascended the throne there, but he didn't give importance to administration. Instead of focusing on the administration, he had shown his interest in that luxuriant life there. He was leading a luxuriant life. Therefore, in this occasion, that Razia, she took the entire all administration on her hand here. While he was neglecting Firoz, that administration, other that officials and then people, they supported Razia Sultan because she was efficient to manage all administration. Therefore, she became the Sultan of or ruler of that Delhi throne. Next, she took the title of Sultan there. Who took the title of Sultana? That Razia Sultana, Razia Sultan, she took the title of Sultana there. During her period, she started to manage all activity by wearing the dress of a king there. She dropped the Parda system and started to wear a dress like a ruler and started to manage that all assembly that activities there. But it was not tolerated by the traditional that college or that Islam teachers there or officials. And also she learned that horse riding also. By wearing the dress like a man here, she riding even horse also. These all activities or behavior of this Raja Sultana, they were not tolerated by the traditionalists. Therefore, they started to oppose her there. And finally, they did conspiracy over that Raja Sultana and killed her there. Raja Sultana, she was the daughter of Iltamish. After the death of Iltamish, his son Firoz came to power, but Firoz, he was incompetent. He didn't show interest in the administration. Therefore, here entire administration it was taken by the daughter of Iltamish, Raja there. And by wearing dress like a man, she started to manage all activity there and riding horses also. But her behavior it was not tolerated by that provincial officers. Those who were serving under the king. They did conspiracy or plot over the Raja Sultana and killed her there. This is what a brief information about the Raja Sultana. Next, we are going to focus on the Ghiyasuddin Balban here. Which ruler? Ghiyasuddin Balban. He is also considered as an important ruler of that slave dynasty there. Here, this Ghiyasuddin Balban, he is the slave of Iltamish. Iltamish, he was a slave of Qutbuddin Aybak there. And he was loyal to that Razia. During the reign of Razia, he loyal to, or he succeeded to gain the faith of that Razia there. He served very well during the period of that Razia, and also he was a slave of Iltamish. Therefore, year by year he got promotion, or he succeeded to gain the important position in the administration there, and got the title of Amir-e-Sheikhdar there. Amir-e-Sheikhdar, he got that title also because of his loyalty and his efficiency in the administration there. The next year that changes.
Sir, what is title?
Amir-e-Sheikhdar. Amir-e-Sheikhdar, it is the title of that Ghiyasuddin Balban here. That changes circumstances in that Delhi throne, or in that region of Delhi, they encouraged these Ghiyasuddin Balban to take entire administration under his control there. After the death of that Razia, there was not a prominent, strong ruler. In this occasion, he utilized that political anarchy. Who? Ghiyasuddin. He utilized that political anarchy which was emerged after the death of that Razia there, and became the Sultan of Delhi there. Next, his administration here. First one, removed that 40 Sardars group. Who formed the 40 Sardars group? This Iltamish, he formed that 40 Sardars group. Why? To assist him in the administration. But during the reign of this Ghiyasuddin, they were unnecessarily interfering or managing all that activity. They didn't give importance to the administration there. They interfering in the internal issues of Sultan and other that royal family members issues there. Therefore, here that 40 Sardars or 40 nobles group, it was destroyed by Ghiyasuddin Balban. He destroyed that 40 Sardars group which was formed by Iltamish there. This is the first administration. Next, that is prevented attacks of that Mongolians. During the reign of Iltamish also, Mongolians, they had tried to attack on India, and then during the Ghiyasuddin, also Mongolians, they tried to occupy the North India, but Ghiyasuddin, he succeeded to send them back there, or retake that Mongolians there. And next one, what traditional rules he implemented in his empire. It means Islamic rules and regulations according to that Islam religion here, that rules and traditional rules and regulations he implemented in that court there. He implemented traditional rules and regulations of Islam in the empire there. Next, declared himself as what a representative of God there. During his reign, himselfly he declared. Actually, that caliphs of Persia here, they were granting Nobel Nawab that title, but during his reign, himselfly he declared as a representative of God during his reign there. Last, it is what he built a port also in the northeastern part of India to prevent the attacks of foreigners. During Ghiyasuddin's period, a port was built in the northwestern part of India to prevent the attacks of foreigners there or that any other abroad that invaders. This is all about the achievements of what?
Sir, what he built, sir?
Balban. Port he built. These are the what? Achievements of Delhi Sultan rulers here. So far in this class we studied about Delhi Sultan, not entirely Delhi Sultana, that first dynasty, slave dynasty there. The period of that slave dynasty, it is from 1206 to 1290, nearly 84 years they ruled, and the important rulers Qutbuddin Ayyub, Iltutmish, Rajia, and then Ghiyasuddin Balban. Here, Qutbuddin he started the construction of that Qutub Minar, but it was completed by Huma Iltutmish there. Iltutmish he formed 40 Sardars group to assist him in the administration there. During his reign, he succeeded to defeat his enemies, Tajuddin Ildoz also, and then Nasiruddin Kawaj also there. And after the death of Iltutmish, Rajia she came to power. She was the daughter of Iltutmish there, and she's the first woman who ruled during the medieval period of medieval Indian history there. And by wearing the dress like a man, she was managing the all activities, and she was also expert in the horse riding there. But her behaviors, they were not tolerated by that provincial officers. So therefore, they did conspiracy over that Rajia and succeeded to kill her there. And after the death of Rajia, there was a political anarchy. In this occasion, off your audio, who is that? Hey, off your audio. Upwards all you time there, you off your audio. First, let me to complete it. After that of Rajia, there was a political anarchy. It was utilized by Ghiyasuddin Balban there. And who was he? Ghiyasuddin? He was a slave of Iltutmish. During his reign, he removed that 40 Sardars group which was formed by that Iltutmish, and also succeeded to prevent Mongols attack, and implemented that Islamic rules and regulations into that empire. And also he built a port in the northwestern part of India to protect his region there from the foreign invaders. This is all about the slave dynasty rulers. Regarding that second one, Khilji dynasty, we will discuss tomorrow then. If you have any doubts relating to this slave dynasty, you can ask it out now. Vinay Maidriki.
Sir, what is mean by throne?
That is what chair of the ruler. Simhasana in Kannada here. Tom means here. In Kannada it is called as Simhasana. Or that power of ruler. That is. Next, others.